Okay, so part 2. So we're going to use our circle. Now don't worry if you do not have a circle, that's absolutely fine. What you could use instead of a circle is you could take a green a stretchy band if you have one, tie it around your knees. If you don't have that, another thing you could do is just take an ordinary belt, take that round, make sure you fit your hip distance apart, and then fasten that belt around here so you've got extra tension, because that's basically what we're going to use the circle for. We're going to use it for extra tension on the thighs. So like I say, you could use a belt, fasten that, or you could use a stretchy band, tie it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the circle and we're going to slip our feet through, and basically we are going to do our squats with our circles. So I'm going sideways. I am hip distance apart. Remember, I can take my thumb, my little finger, check that my little toes are sitting in between the thumb and the little finger. My tailbone is tucked under, my core is engaged, nice and steadily. All I'm going to do, and we're going to go nice and slow, so we're going to go down to like a 2 count down and a 2 count up. So we go. So we're breathing in as we come down, breathing out as we come up, and it's a fluid controlled movement. So as I say, we're coming down to it's like a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2, but there is no like pause in that, because it's a fluid movement, and we should be pressing against, the circle as we go, or your band or your belt. So nice and steady. You can feel my oxtail soup. So nice and steady, pushing the bum back, core engaged, shoulder blades back and down, feet firmly grounded into the floor, tailbone tucked under, nice and steady. We're just going to have 4 more of these. So breathing in, breathing out, last 2, and then last 1. And then come up, and this time what I want you to do is I want you to just come down, bring your hands across your chest, and I want you to just give me a little pulse, just for 8 and 7, core strong, 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and relax, come up, slip the circle off. So you'll notice I'm using my wall, it's just because I can't already put weight into that front. So those are our squat circles. We're now going to do lunges with our circles, and that's really not as bad as it sounds, okay? So if you do not have a circle for your lunges, take it off your leg, leave it in the strap that it is. We're going to be holding on to the circle. So what you could do is take your band, if you've got a rubber band and that's tied, you could take that and have that over your arm so you're holding it in place. So otherwise, if you've got your circle, you'd be holding it like this. And again, you could do the same with a belt. Just take it round, and you've got to keep that tension on the wrists, okay? So I'm going to start with my right foot back. I really don't know how this is going to go because I haven't actually. Let's start with my left, because my left's my good leg. So if I have to do it twice on my left, I will. So I've got my arms forward, the chest height. Palms are facing one another as if I'm holding a beach ball and my hands are pressing against the circle. Take a big lunge back with my left leg, and I lift my heel off the floor. I've got a nice wide stance, my core is engaged, my tailbone's tucked under. I'm going to lunge down now to 90 degrees. What I don't want is this knee to surpass the toe. So what I want, and so you're going to be holding the circle out in front, I'm just talking as I go through this, is the leg to be at 90 degrees at the back, the leg to be at 90 degrees at the front. Core's nice and strong, and then we come up. So I'm struggling with my circle today. So down and up and down and up. Keep going with that. I'm struggling just because of my foot. So you want to be at 90 degrees, really strong, holding the arms, pressing the circle, the band or the belt, or just having your arms extended out in front of you. Core strong. You're breathing in as you come down, and you're breathing out as you come up. So really strong and steady. I didn't want to not do lunges and you get punished just because I'm a little bit injured at the moment. So we're just taking our time with it. Never rushing in Pilates, are we? We're always taking our time. So breathing in, breathing out. Let's do one more and stay at the bottom. Let's stay here and have a pulse. Just for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Come up. Relax. We're going to do that on the other side. So you will take your right leg back. I'm going to do my left again. Just going to change angles so it looks like I'm doing it differently, but it's my left again, but you're going to be changing legs, okay? So get it back, heel off the floor, tailbone tucked under, nice wide stance. Take your circle, your band, your belt, or just the arms. It helps to take it low and then push the wrists back against the circle. We're coming down and up, coming down and up. So 90 degrees, keep going with that for me. So really taking your time, breathing in as you're coming down into those 90-degree angles, breathing out as you come up, slow and controlled, using your breath, using control. Again, it's a fluid movement up and down, nice and strong. And then once, give me 2 more. And then let's stay at the bottom. Then let's pulse just for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come up and relax. Okay, so moving on to the next thing, we're going to do a side leg raise. So we can pop our circle down to the side. We don't need it for this. So our feet are together, core is engaged. So I'm going to start with my left leg, which is actually my right leg, but I'm mirroring you just because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to balance and put my weight into the other foot, but I don't want you to miss out just because I'm injured. So hands on the hips, feet together, check that your hips are level. So index fingers comes across, and again, as mentioned earlier, if you have a hip higher than the other and there's a diagnosis for that, then don't worry about not having them level. Shoulder blades are back and down and in that back pocket. All we're going to do is bend the knee, so big toes resting on the floor. And I want you to just imagine you are a male dog. You've found a beautiful tree and you're just going to creak that leg up on that tree. And we're just lifting, bringing it down. And we're inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhale, exhale. My body says no. It flexes, says, no, I'm not sure about this, don't like it. Okay, so nice and steady, taking your time, up and out. And it's not, we don't want to be twisting or lifting the hips higher than the other. They're staying equal height, as are the shoulders. We're inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, trying not to lose our balance. And on this last one, can you just hold it out for me? So just hold it out. Try and keep nice and stable, nice and strong. Big toe, little toe on that supporting leg, sinking into the ground. As you can see, I'm struggling with my balance today. Push the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Really struggling. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring it down. Feet together. Easy peelers. So just peeling into the heels off the floor, into the toes, into the balls of the feet. So nice and steady, controlled. Keeping the hips level, shoulders level, and then feet together. Now remember, we can have them a little bit apart. That's absolutely fine. So we're going to do the same with the opposite leg. So nice and steady. Hands on the hips. Check their level. Don't know how this is going to work, so I'm going to try it with you, but then I'll probably transfer straight onto the other leg. So big toe on the floor, or it can be hovering just above. And then all we're going to do, I'm cheating a little bit, I'm using the wall to support me. Lift and back. Lift and back, lift and back. So nice and steady. I know I'm cheating because I'm resting against the wall, but this right foot, I'm basically on my big toe on the instep. So, and you shouldn't be like that. You should have a full flat foot, but I can't put weight onto the outside. So nice and steady, but I'm doing it with you as best as I can. So nice and steady, and also top tip, you know, find a wall that you can rest your elbows against. Nice and steady, controlled. Keep going with that for me. Keep going. Breathing nice and deep. Inhale as you're lifting it out. Exhaling as you're bringing it back. You're doing fantastic. Just taking your time with it. Inhale. Last two. Last one. Now take it out, hold it out just to the side. So you are just holding that leg out. You're balancing, you're working, you're strengthening that supporting ankle and knee on the supporting side as well. Bring it in, hold it for a moment, and then bring it down. Bring your feet together, easy peelers. Easy peelers, nice and steady. So, next thing I want you to do, feet hip distance apart. So just take them apart. Remember, we can take our thumb, little finger, check the little toes, sit between those 2 points. Tailbone tucked under, shoulder blades back and down. Now you can use canned produce, like you could use 2 equal cans or 2 water bottles or dumbbells for this next exercise. It's up to you. If you haven't, it's just straight arms out, shoulder height, so they're no higher than the shoulders, and we're just making a circle. So just going forward. Core is nice and strong, engaged, tailbone tucked under, and we're just going controlled. Nice and steady, just for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and then take it in the opposite direction. So just change in direction for me. Nice and steady, doing fantastic. Keep it going. Just for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and then hold them there, bring them round to the front, and as if you're just tapping someone on the head. I always feel like this exercise, when I say tapping someone on the head, I feel like it'd be a really patronising tap. Tap, 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 but just nice and steady. Tailbone tucked under, nice and steady. In and out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring your arms back to 90 degrees this time. So make sure the arms aren't dropping in. We've got a nice 90-degree angle going on. Again, you can be using weights or canned produce or water bottles, as long as they equal the same. You're going to take your arm to shoulder height and up. I'm just turning to the side so you can see the angle, okay? So I'm not dropping my wrists. My wrists are staying nice and strong. So remember, we don't want cocky wrist. We don't want floppy wrist. So cocky wrist, floppy wrist. We just want flat wrist. So we're just rotating down, back and forward. Nice and steady. Just for 8, you can do this. And 7. And 6. And 5. And 4. So you're breathing in, breathing out. Last 2. Last 1. Take them straight down, take them behind you. Triceps, bingo wings, we go. Nice and steady. So as if we're trying to bring them to clap, but they can't get to one another. So nice and steady, keep it going. Just for 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And relax. Give them a shake. Take your hands in front, drop the chin to the chest. Pull the shoulder blades away from one another. Just have a little stretch across the top of the shoulders, the shoulder blades. And then let's take them, hands, to the palms of the hands into the base of your spine, and then draw your elbows together. So we're drawing our elbows together, just stretching out the chest. Nice and easy, and don't worry, there's a little bit more upper body work to come out when we're down on the floor. Woo-hoo. So nice and steady, stretch out. Okay, that's the end of part 2. I'm now going to stop, pause, and record for part 3. Well done.